Yeah, I literally just finished that. Oh, you. What's that? Huh. No, he's a GM from Clarity. So we've got Clarity Gaming versus Clarity Gaming Academy. I'm not sure. Who's that? Never heard of him. Who's BM? Oh, yeah. It doesn't really surprise me. Like, the guy who played against Ping Pang raged like crazy. It was really funny. You lag switcher. That was hilarious. Wait, after what? Oh, yeah, against Sanctum, right? Well, I mean, you started with a pretty huge disadvantage there. No, he pulled back pretty well. Oh, and looks like we're in game now. Or in the lobby. Great get. No, I thought you were trying to do a CG thing, but you did GG. Yeah, you did. I had a feeling that's what you were trying to do, and I'm pretty sure you failed at it. I think both of these guys are actually in the stream right now. Oh, it is. After this series, you should watch the trailer. It's pretty hilarious. Oh yeah, it is. It's yeah. Also, your rainbow overlay is up.
Yeah, I know it's over. Wait, I have my mic muted. Okay, can everyone hear me now? Yeah, we good, we good. I know, I'm waiting for the game to start before I actually change the overlay. Oh, what the hell, I should know. Hello, everybody. I'm not wearing a shirt. I'm actually clothed, but I'm not wearing a shirt.
Hello.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you on the stream now.
Alright, good stuff. I'm just gonna turn off the music and wait for the game to start, so we can do that. Nick is pissing. Why is he angry?
You and your British sensibilities. You need to get out of here. This is America.
Go back home, you lively fuck.
Obviously. Wow, 10 viewers already.
I know, that's not the most of 10, really? That's the most I've ever fucking had.
Sifu, please.
Are people talking shit about me?
Insidia, who made my old stream overlay with a rainbow Protoss sigil, which was awesome.
No.
I see Mr. Nice Guy, Dan Jin Won Kim. We've just got a real winning crew watching this stream right now.
The pressure. Well, we have to look cool for this situation. So on come the sunglasses. I'm sitting inside in the dark and I'm wearing sunglasses. I feel like a complete douchebag.
You know your webcam isn't going to be doing anything, right?
Yeah, I know.
I put that Vortex servers up. Shout out to Vortex servers for all your server needs. Something, something, something. Oh wait, no, never mind. You got it right.
Yeah.
Why do you not have a shirt on?
Because it's 90 degrees in my room, dude.
Oh.
Yeah,
it snowed yesterday.
I have an oil heater in my room.
This is why upstate New York is a dead zone for esports. It snowed yesterday.
It snowed?
March 25th, and it was snowing.
Isn't it still snowing in like central New York as well, or whatever?
Probably.
Yeah, I think so. I remember one of my that one friend from New York I have mentioning it, and yeah. Anyway. But yeah, I have this heater, and it's just I never turn it off, ever. Like, my heating bill is through the roof because of it, but I never turn it off. So, yeah. Besides, who doesn't want a shirtless British man casting a game? It's great. It's good for publicity. And fucking hairy as fuck, which is really embarrassing. I'm gonna look back on this in like 8 hours and be like, why the fuck was I wearing sunglasses?
No, Arium left.
Wow. He should come back. He should come back.
I was just gonna ask him if he had beaten Intense lately.
That's the guy who goes to school at Dente, right?
With Pro Killer, actually.
Oh, Pro Killer? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, right, because, yeah, he's in Texas, right? For some reason, I always think,
California.
like, Quake... Wait,
California.
He's not in Texas?
Nope. Our Texans are Wonder and Ouch. Oh, the game's starting.
Oh, it's beginning. The game begins. Apparently Silky's too easy, man. Trash talk, what are you talking about the nice guy?
Alright, so I'm pumped because we're starting off with my favorite map.
There you go. Frost.
Really happy about this.
Frost is your favorite map? Seriously? I hate this map. I hate all full-player maps.
I
can't 10 pull on full-player maps.
Like Frost. If they just put Frost in the map pool 7 times, I would be so happy.
That would be. That'd be actually a really good practice as well. But anyway, so it looks like in the top right-hand corner we do have the blue Protoss, who is Clarity Gaming Academy's Padre.
Indeed. And in the bottom right, we have the Grandmaster Zerg from the full Clarity Gaming roster, we have Silky. So, nothing too crazy yet. You know, they're just making some drones and probes.
Yep,
as
exactly.
people are
No 6
pretty
pulls or
often
anything like
going
that.
to do.
Exactly. Now, yeah, no 10 pull from Silky by the looks of things. Slightly disappointed, but you know, it happens.
Are you implying that you enjoy 10 pooling?
Slightly. I do slightly enjoy it.
Wow,
Although,
I feel like I should have learned that about 45 minutes ago when we played.
Exactly, right? I mean, it's just someone. I like to keep it hidden a lot of the time.
Yeah. I don't know why I do anything against you other than 10 pool. I don't know why.
Why does anybody?
Macro against you.
Exactly.
I don't understand it.
It's habit, man. It's a bad habit. It's a bad habit you need to break. Although, in the bright side, we do have a Silky scouting in the right direction with his Overlord, and we do have a very nice Lyote down here, looking very swag, with 10 HP.
Can you ping the map where the Lyote is? I'd like to see this.
It's right there.
Wow, very,
Right by the Overlord.
very observant.
Thank you. Thank you
So
very
it
much.
looks like we're going to probably see Nexus first out of Padre.
Mm-hmm. It looks like he's saving up that money. He's going down. He's going down about 25 minerals too early because it takes 100 to get down there. Just
No,
saying.
he's gonna mine that mineral.
Very true. Well, still, it takes 400 for a Nexus, correct?
Correct. Indeed.
Just saying. Just saying.
Alright,
There you
so
go.
Silky gets his hatchery up without any distractions.
Yep,
That
it's
is
same
probably
time.
the most annoying thing in the game.
Well,
Is
he did
actually
get.
when the pylon goes down
Mm-hmm.
right before you make your natural.
Oh, Jesus Christ, don't remind me. Oh my god. But anyway, on the bright side, he is getting his Nexus and the hatchery at the time, so the Protoss should be ahead in this situation, since Nexus is coming up first. And then he's going Gateway Pylon after that. Meanwhile, back at the Zerg's base, got the probe scouting here, after scouting the wrong position the first time around. Cross-scouting, surprisingly, instead of clockwise, or was it anti-clockwise?
Yep.
Anti-clockwise.
And Silky's just going to take the pretty quick third hatchery here. Usually it goes down around 4 minutes. He's going to get a little bit before that. And just as an interjection, if he had 10 pool, this game would be over right now.
Exactly. That's why you always 10 pull every game, no matter what. Doesn't matter if you're playing fucking Rain, you're gonna fucking 10 pull. Pardon my French. I'm English. I can get away with that. Anyway, by the looks of things, Padre is chrono boosting out his Zealot while his Nexus is building, and he's taken a gas, which is probably indicative of just a very standard play. Getting a cybernetics core, getting a very quick warp gate, or a standard warp gate rather. Although it looks like Silky is trying to kill this probe. And
he's
getting
gonna get in.
He's gonna get in, and he's gonna scout the extra gas that Padre recently took.
Well, he actually already had the scout do the Overlord.
Fair enough, yes, very true. So, oh, is he gonna get that probe? No, doesn't look like it. Meanwhile, back at home, we do have the Queens coming up, and one being sent down to the third, while the third is still building. And then the question is, has any units been killed recently? Yes, it did look like he got that one probe.
Indeed he did. He got the probe that was blocking the wall off.
There we go.
But now that the mothership core is out and the Zealot's completing the wall, it's pretty much...
Over.
These Zerglings have to go home.
Exactly.
Or at
He's
least
gonna-
take the watchtowers. Actually, the watchtower is already taken.
Yep.
Alright, so the Twilight Council coming out pretty quickly here, just off the first 2 gas.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Blink play
if
possibly?
I know Padre likes his Dark Templar builds.
Oh,
So, just a thought.
there you go. Yeah, well,
Just
2
something to
gases.
keep in mind.
2 gas is definitely indicative of something tech-worthy, that's for sure. Stargate, Void Rays, possibly. Whenever I see 2 gas, I always think Void Rays. There we go. Got some chat going on in the observers.
Yep, Mr. Nice Guy, another person from the Clarity Academy, Danjin Won Kim, and
Yeah.
he does live up to his name. He is a very nice guy.
Apart from his BMing in the beginning of the game, but we all know he's just kidding. And you were right, by the way, Yaki. He is going for a Dark Shrine.
Yep, like I said, Padre likes his DT builds. But what I like about Padre's play is that even when he does get a DT, he doesn't go all in on it. He uses it to put himself at a slight advantage going into the mid to late game.
So you're thinking he's going to be swarping it down, attacking the third with it, possibly?
Oh, actually he cancels.
He cancels
Just
it, okay.
getting the blink.
There you go. Yeah, it looked like it was scouted by Silky there, so it looks like he needed to cancel that and going into the, looks like, 4-gate blink play?
There are indeed 4 gates coming up, so that would be a 4-gate.
Definitely. And then on 2 base, this isn't an all-in, as it was on, say, for example, Rain versus Zest in the GSL, on a 1 base. So definitely.
Oh, shout out to Savior. Thank you for match fixing and almost killing the StarCraft scene.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, that was Brood War, so that's totally fine, but yes.
Yeah.
There you go. Looks like then these Spore Crawlers that Silky ended up building are going to be a complete waste since there are no DTs on the way.
Correct. The only thing they may be useful for is when those hallucinated phoenixes come by, maybe they fly over the mineral line and die before scouting any tech. That's really the only purpose they're going to serve now.
Very true. Although I do believe it takes 2 Spore Crawlers to kill a phoenix before it gets anywhere. So 1 Spore Crawler in my experience never was really enough.
But he could be meta and float the phoenix over the mineral line and make it seem like, oops, I lost a real phoenix.
Very true, very true.
Especially if he types like Grr right after he loses it.
Yeah, or oh
it
crap.
Can totally throw Padre off his game.
Exactly. But meanwhile, speaking of Padre, he is taking a 3rd, so looks like everything is evening out here. Meanwhile, the Zerg is taking a 4th. And getting his +1 for his +1 melee upgrades. Interesting, actually. Now I think about it, he took a
especially
roach.
with the Roach Warren.
Exactly.
No Roach speed yet.
No, no Zircon speed. It's on the way, but it actually hasn't finished yet, which is very surprising.
And as Savior points out, that is a cozy spire indeed.
Incredible.
Right now, I think Silky's in a bit of trouble. He does have another swell of Zerglings popping out, but I don't.
Oh, he spotted the move out.
Yeah, it's good that he spots it this early.
He's going to lose the Overseer.
I think he should be okay here.
Yeah.
But he is supply blocked.
Exactly. He definitely needs to get some supply block on the way. He's only got 1 Overlord on the way and a couple of Roaches. Roach speed is now on the way as well. And it looks like that pro production has continued at Padre's base as well, so this is definitely not an all-in. Although, given this amount of Zerglings and only the 1 Roach he has, I really don't see this 3rd surviving this attack.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. He needs to get a good surround. Some pretty decent force fields there. The sentries are exposed. Actually, a lot of the sentries are going down, and now it's just stalkers.
Exactly.
5 Mutalisks coming out. Actually, I almost feel like he should just mass up on Speedlings and take out the rest of this army.
Definitely the way to go.
He's going to be in a good spot if he takes this out, but he's
going to lose this army.
I guess he's losing Ling's piecemeal.
Exactly.
Alright,
but
so
then again,
this Roach Ling force should be able to clean it up. And Clay, Padre wants the Goat Simulator.
Who doesn't want the Goat Simulator? I'm telling you right now. Although, does it look like it's going to be enough?
This is getting really dicey here. These mutas are pretty weak, and there's just not enough DPS here out of Silky. His 3rd base hasn't gone down yet, but it should fall any second. Padre should not let that 3rd base live. But it looks like he's going to.
Exactly. Well, he's going for the kill at this point. I mean, he's
just in full Killer Instinct mode here, which... Does he know? He doesn't know about the 4th base, so he might think that this is just his time.
Yeah, just his game at this point, because he's reaching that that critical mass of stalkers rather. Meanwhile, Silky is pulling more drones, getting the surround on these stalkers, holding back. He's losing a lot of drones though. How many drones has he lost? He's lost 24 drones currently.
No, this was just a tough spot. Silky went for the Mutalist transition at just like the worst time against the worst composition for it, really.
Exactly, and he is just sniped the natural, going back for the 3rd by the looks of things now.
Yep, so Silky reduced down to 2 bases, one of which is way far away. Yeah, pretty much a useless base for now.
Exactly, completely useless at this point unless he does get it scouted. Hopefully he doesn't. Of course, we all want Padre to win that Goat Simulator, but I'm going to be honest, I want it before he does. So... Oh, looks like he might be able to finally clean up these stalkers. Possibly.
But at what cost?
Exactly. He's going to lose his entire army here. He's saturated on 3 bases. He's started double Stargate production of Phoenixes to deal with the transition.
His 3rd base, he hasn't been mining gas actually, and he's floating quite a bit. So
yes, exactly. Floating 2,000 minerals.
Obviously, he's pretty far behind here, but Padre could be much further ahead. Like I said, he might not have realized that the fourth base was up, and he thought that that was a game-ending move. When in reality, Silky still has the capability to claw his way back into it if Padre isn't careful.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Silky has any idea that the fourth base is there, at least as far as vision is concerned.
And a nice Zergling run by coming in, but there are some Stalkers here that will get cleaned up despite the blink. Actually, more Stalkers coming in from the east. These Mutas coming around, not really doing much. They were backed off by the Phoenixes there.
Yeah.
Alright, so what can Silky do from here? He's
Looks like he's
not
going...
really in a position to retake that third base. He needs to stay on this weird 3-base situation for a little while. I don't think he can afford
a third base, definitely not.
dying.
Yeah, especially since he's taking a Hydro Stem and he's going for +1. Looks like he's going for +1 attack upgrades, interestingly enough.
So, this is a situation where he should probably get the Hydralisk range upgrade. He's got to be pretty defensive at the moment, other than these Ling run-bys at the north base. So this is going to be annoying for Padre.
Yeah, definitely going to unpower those 4 gateways there.
He's not going to come back, though. He's just going to go for it. He knows that Silky doesn't have much else other than those Lings. So these Mutas can't do anything against this Stalker force.
Of course not. There you go. He's going to have to abandon that, killing the third, and come back to defend. Looks like that everything is getting sniped in the main here. He gets the Hydralisk then, so no more Hydralisks for Silky here. And chances are against Mass Stalkers that might actually just be game at this point, especially if he gets that upgrade. Which doesn't look like he is targeting, but he is definitely going for the lair. No third base, he's losing his lair, and he's only got 2 hatcheries, so he's back on hatchery tech at this point.
Alright, well he doesn't have a blink for a little bit, so he's going to lose a decent amount of these Stalkers.
Exactly.
And that Ling run by did a pretty good amount of damage here. Silky's killed 31 workers this game, which is actually more than Padre's killed. So Silky, despite having the weird base situation, he does have the worker lead. So
there you go, and he's losing.
Padre
Looks like he's going to lose every
not
single one
taking advantage of the advantage that he gave himself earlier. These 4 gateways at the third base, unpowered, you could be making a lot more units out of that.
Exactly.
But he really doesn't have that much money.
This is very true.
He needs to start powering probes again and taking a more defensive posture. Otherwise, he's at risk of throwing this game.
Exactly. There's absolutely no reason that he should be able... Oh, he's got the Void Rays out, however, and only got a few handful of Hydralisks and no Hydralisk Den on the way, since it was sniped. He needs to get a lair again. So it's very possible that unless without some sort of lucky Mutalisk switch, but even though the Phoenix are there, that Void Ray could cause him a lot of problems, or 2 Void Rays rather.
Yeah, he's throwing down some emergency spore crawlers, but they're just going to die as soon as they finish, or before they finish.
You know, actually, one does finish. Is definitely focusing down that.
Mothership core looks like it might fall here. Nope, pulls away.
Almost.
And that's GG.
The game
Clarity
goes to
Padre from the Academy team, not a Grandmasters player. He takes the upset for game 1.
Looks like there is definitely a opportunity to cause an upset here in this best of
3.
3? Okay.
So, if you are Silky, what map do you pick now?
If it hadn't been for the nerf, I would have chosen Daedalus at this point. Although, if it was me personally, it would be some sort of 2-player map, because you know how I like to play. But, given Silky did go 3 hatch fairly quickly, I would actually choose another 4-player map, possibly Ultrazine Stronghold. You know, and maybe even Habitation Station, because there is that gold base that you can take fairly quickly.
Yeah, I'd be a little bit concerned about getting into it on Habitation Station against Padre. I don't know why. I just feel like he would drop DTs at that gold base really quickly. That's very true. There you go. I've always been thinking about the sort of Protoss taking a natural at the gold, and I know that always leaves them very open to a sort of Ling Roach all-in sort of deal. I think they said there was going to be a remake, but I'm not sure why.
There you go. I'm not sure. Padre told me it is Nick's map, or rather Silky's map currently, and he is going in, and you are currently in a game that I am not. So if you could
that would be
I would highly appreciate that. Oh boy.
And Padre wins. So that's
Padre
a quick 2-0 for Clarity Gaming Academy's Padre. It only took about 6 seconds.
There you go. About the same time as the 10 pull takes to happen. 6 seconds. You lose those Zerglings to that Master Speedlings, and it's kind of all over. I apologize for that later.
Alterzim Stronghold.
Alterzim Stronghold?
I don't think it's anybody's favorite map, but if I'm a Zerg, I do understand this.
Very large open spaces.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's most favored against Terran, but still, it's tough for Protoss to really navigate. They don't really have too many fast units aside from their air.
Exactly. Although there is that added advantage of when you want to attack into them, like say if you want to do an early timing, there is the small ramp, there is no large ramp to attack into.
Exactly.
For example, I often find myself stumped when I try and do my Roach Bane all-ins, and I realise they're not in the correct position, so I can't hit them properly. Or speedling timings, it makes it very hard to do early timings on this map.
So, as we get started here, I'll let you introduce the players.
Okie dokie, so it looks like down in the bottom right hand corner as the blue Protoss, we do have Clarity Gaming Academy's Padre. And then up in the top left hand corner we do have the Zerg, who is the GM from Clarity Gaming, not Academy, and his name is Silky.
So speaking of Roach Bane all-ins, like you just talked about, I'm sure I'm not the only one in this conversation who's very happy to hear that Hiva has come out of retirement. What are your thoughts on this?
I didn't hear too much of Hiva beforehand, so I'm not too big of a fan. But I mean, any player, considering the amount of players that have been retiring recently, you know, we had Hiva retired, which made me really sad, and then we had Stefano.
That's what I'm talking about.
Exactly. Hiva, really?
I'm pretty sure it's Hiva, but I could be wrong.
I say Hiva, for example.
Somebody in chat.
Yeah, I always say Hiva because it's always like a Hydra. But in that case, I am pleased. I've actually been trying to learn that 3-base Roach Baneling all-in he did versus a, who was it? Fantasy on Belshev Vestige a while back in Pro League.
Yeah, I have that build written down.
Exactly.
I could send that to you.
Yeah, actually I've got it in my notes. I got a replay, and I just studied the hell out of it over last night, and I just took notes on it on a notepad. So I have it completely mapped out, and I tried it versus Ping Pang, and he destroyed me. But
yeah, Ping Pang, for those who don't know, Puddle and I are both members of Stratic Gaming, and Ping Pang is currently the #1 ranked Diamond on all of North America.
He's number 1?
Yeah, last I checked. He has been #1 like several times the last couple days.
Damn.
I looked at his match history the other day, and he just had win after win after win.
Yeah,
I'd say he probably went on a 20-1 streak at one point.
Damn.
Anyways, back to the game.
Exactly. Looks like we do have a pull first from Silky here into a hatchery, playing very conservative, even though it is Altazine Stronghold. Looks like he did get scouted first by the probe, probably what prompted him to do that. Meanwhile, back at the Protoss base, it looks like we do have a Nexus first into a gateway, walling off of the ramp there, and Cybernetics got to quickly follow that up, or a pylon into a gateway.
Now, I don't really play this map too often. What are your thoughts about taking the outside base for the inside base as Zerg?
Personally, I do like to do that. I know it's fairly risky because definitely, if you look at the mineral line back there, it is very easy to cannon rush, especially on this map to cannon rush that third base. But I do also like they see that, and a lot of the times, sometimes there's always a possibility that they'll be like, okay, he's going hatch first here for some reason, or they'll think they're going third. And if you could deny that scout, they do not know whether you went hatch first or 3 hatch before pull. So it's a very good mind game to play with each other.
Oh,
but again,
Ling's actually getting into the base here.
Oh, really?
No wall was up there, and the cannon was just a little bit too late.
Exactly.
So he might be able to
get some damage done here.
He's not going to go for worker, he's just going to go for the assimilator.
Exactly. Going for that second gas there, cancelling it.
Padre does cancel pretty early, too. So he's going to get this probe. That probe kind of bugged out.
Alright. So keeping track of all the probes he's getting killed there. He's got 1 killed so far. Can he get that second probe that's in the red right now? That's a shield.
It's right in the middle. It's that.
Yeah, it's very true.
It's like the American dream. You see it, but it's so hard to attain.
Exactly. So it looks like the Nexus instead. But although he's going to go for that second probe, although the Zealot is coming in here, and four Zerglings are not enough to take on a Zealot.
Yeah, especially when one of them gets killed on move command.
Exactly.
You can kill it, but you need to have pretty much full health Zerglings, and you need to pull them at the right moments.
Yes, exactly. You do. I know with 6 Zerglings, you need to pull at least 2 to keep them alive. 4 Zerglings, I don't know. Personally, I don't have the confidence for that sort of stuff. But it looks like he is going to go for the probes again. Meanwhile, back at home, he has taken a 3rd base, getting a queen. No gas quite yet, so it looks like he's just going for a very standard 3 hatch before pull.
Yep, expect double gas to go down around 44, or... Yep,
yeah,
there we go.
There we go, double gas down around 6 minutes-ish. There you go. I've always thought 6 to 6:30 is generally the general timing for it. Unless you're going 4 hatch like me, because you're a complete crazy person.
Psychopath, right.
Exactly. Like, unless you're a complete psychopath. In which case you get it at 7, not 6:30.
Anyways, these Lings, they only got 2 workers, but what they did do is they've been able to scout the entire base. They've been able to keep the mothership core at home.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very good thing, because you look at how much gas Padre had banked up, he's just now throwing down the Twilight Council. He would have liked to have thrown it down a minute ago. But because the Ling was in there scouting, he couldn't.
Exactly. So he's thrown it down. But he did see the double gas, so he does know something tech heavy is on the way. Hopefully, yeah, looks like this Overlord is in position to scout at some point, so he could possibly see the extra 2 gas that Padre has thrown down. So 4 gas in the Twilight Council. You cool in DTs right now? I think I am.
Yeah, especially on this map, it's hard to find pylons. You see this probe up in the 12 o'clock position here. He's getting ready to throw down a pylon pretty soon.
Of course, yep.
Robo actually is being shown here as Savior lags the game out.
Exactly. Oh wait, he's hanging in with us. He's doing good. We believe in Savior. He will save the game. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon.
Oh, and a gap in the wall here actually, and once again the Lings are in the main.
There you go. Yeah, looks like the Stalker was not enough to cover up the thing. He will see the Robo, he will see everything, the extra 4 gas, without having to sacrifice the Overlord as well, which is always a good thing.
Right, I think Padre was actually trying to mind game a bit with his Robo facility. He threw it down in view of the Overlord, hoping that the Overlord wouldn't notice the Twilight Council, but those Lings got in and saw it anyways, so it was if it was a mind game, it didn't work.
Exactly, well there's always that chance to cancel it at that point, but honestly, he's not going to do that. I mean, it was 95% complete.
Right.
You'd have to be pretty crazy to do that. You'd have to be a kind of Maru crazy to get that sort of stuff across.
Right. And Dark Shrine coming down with 3 more gateways, plus 1 weapons coming out, and Blink, and the Warp Prism. So he's, I guess, not going to rely... Well, he does have a pylon up over at the 12 o'clock position, just as Silky's about to take this base. That's...
Right there, for anyone wondering.
Yep,
I had trouble finding it, but I did find
the
it.
12 o'clock position.
Looks like he's actually planning to deny this 4th. Hopefully he does not attack with the Stalkers until it's too late. Because we all know that attacking too early will allow him to cancel it. Possibly he'll warp in the DTs here, target it, and get it killed. Yep, there we go. Oh, warping in more Stalkers, because Dark Shrine is not finished yet. However, for the Zerg, we do look like we have +1 on the way. Roach Speed. Hydra's Den just finished, and we've got the Groove Spans on the way, so that basically means he's probably planning to play very defensive, because normally Hydra's Speed is a sign of aggression.
So this Warp Prism is at the edge of Silky's base, but these roaches have this spot very well covered. Padre looks like he's going to go for the hatchery now, which is a great move. It's right in the middle. He's not going to be able to force a cancel, actually.
Not at all, no.
Well, actually, never mind. I didn't see those Blink Stalkers coming
Yeah,
down.
I didn't see those either. Actually, you know, if he
But
doesn't
he has
focus...
to fight this. He can't just sack these Stalkers. Really nice Blink control so far. He's only lost 1, I believe.
Exactly, yeah, he's definitely going to be able to...
Look at how red those
And there
roaches
is
are,
no
too.
cancel. There is absolutely no cancel here. He is going to get that hand tree.
Yeah, and this Protoss army is just going to snowball, but at the same time, Silky does have double the supply of Padre. But where is it? 68 of it is in workers, and he's just sort of streamlining ranged units towards this army. He needs to get them all at once here because
Yeah.
he's losing units unnecessarily here.
Looks like, yeah,
Now
the
Padre needs to get out of here. Actually,
Mhm.
there's no reason to stick around here.
Exactly.
He denied the 4th, which is exactly what he wanted there. He's got his own 3rd up here. I don't know how he's so low in supply at the moment, though. Actually,
Looks like,
He's-
yeah, actually the supplies, the army supply for, is 81 to 20 for in favor of Silky, and the worker supply is also 61 to 56. So Padre is behind in both supplies.
yeah, I think this might actually just be a game-ending push here from Silky. I don't see how Padre's going to hold this. He's
No.
going to need his mothership core,
He's going to need some
his
6 time
overcharge
walks.
cannon. To do
Exactly.
work. Actually, that's a pretty good start to the force field, but now he's out of them, and
Not entirely sure what he hoped to achieve by putting the contaminate on the Nexus, apart from looking cool. But he
well,
did miss the
can't
time
make any
warp.
workers.
Oh,
Alright,
but the
so DT's the saving grace here, but here comes the Overseer, and these DT's going into Archon, so at least that's smart, he doesn't lose them. But still, just 12 Hydras, 15 Roaches, 2 Lings versus 7 Stalkers. And obviously this Nexus that has 5 kills already, but still there's... I don't think this is looking too good for Padre here.
exactly, he's
I think-
building 20 roaches right now, got +2 on the way. He's making zealots that are getting targeted down if they walked in. This is definitely game at this point. At
Yep,
least
and
he's
the
going to lose
Mothership Core
third.
is gone, Photon Overcharge is gone, 3rd base is gone. He just doesn't have anything else. I mean, he's getting 1 Colossus out here, but
Well,
against-
if he can get the
against this
Colossus
army.
out, but there's no range either. If he can get the Colossus out and stay on the high ground and hold this ramp somehow, he might have a chance, possibly with counterattacks, although that 4th base is up for the Zerg. And meanwhile, we do have +2 and the Hydra's range on the way.
Oh, he needs a force field here, and he gets one, but it's not really going to matter.
Exactly. Although that Colossus, again, that Colossus could make all the difference as long
Yeah,
as
if
he
these
continues to
zealots
force
can block off some of the ranged units, you might be able to push this back for about 30 seconds. But
Exactly. He
these
needs
units are
more
just streaming
sentries.
across
There you
the
go.
map.
He's making more and more sentries, making sure that, you know, he can... There we go. Game's over.
Right.
So he takes game 2. So the score
Padre,
is...
with he busted out a cute blink attack on the 4th, but he just put himself so far behind in doing so.
Exactly. It did not pay off at any point in time. He killed the 4th, but you really... With a blink attack like that, you really either want to kill them or the 3rd. If they get a 4th up, it's kind of game over. Or rather, if the 3rd lives, I should probably say. I just realised I'm still wearing these sunglasses.
I just realized you're still not wearing a shirt.
I don't ever wear a shirt. That's kind of just my thing.
Do you not wear a shirt at work?
Well, of course I wear a shirt at work. That's silly. I can show you. This is the shirt.
You could
I
be a
wear.
lifeguard.
I could, but I'm a car mechanic. This is the shirt I wear. It's a very nice shirt. The shirt that must be washed, but fuck it, I'm a car mechanic. Who cares? Like, come on, let's be honest. I'm a car mechanic. You don't expect me to look good. Anyway. It looks like the game that Padre has chosen Polar Knight for game 3.
Now, do you think we're going to see any cheese from either player here?
If
We have to remember that the stakes are high. This is Goat Simulator.
it is, honestly, if we're gonna see any sort of cheese, it's gonna be from Padre and it's gonna be a blink because this map is so good for blink because of the large opening into the main rather.
Indeed.
Exactly. So if we're gonna see any sort of cheese, it's gonna be from Padre. I really don't expect to see any sort of cheese from Silky. If we do, I will probably just have to drink every single one of my beers in my fridge, which please do not do to me, Silky. I will not be able to survive the next morning. So, looks like the game is starting up nice and quickly, and these guys mean business.
Alright, so who's going to load first? Who's going to load first?
I'm putting it on Silky.
I'm going to go with Padre here.
You
Going
going
for
with
the
Padre?
underdog.
Alright, going for the underdog? Okay.
Actually, he did say he hasn't paid his internet bill. Oh, but is he going to win?
I don't know. I couldn't.
It was so close at the end.
It was so close. I didn't actually get to see. I think we all looked
Padre, you
exactly
should
the
really
same time.
pay your internet bill so that your stream is more watchable.
Exactly. There we go. What internet provider does he have? Do you know?
I'm not sure, but he's from the West Coast. I'm an upstate New Yorker. I kind of assume that everybody on the West Coast just like was born with the internet in their veins.
There you go. Well, if you've got Frontier, then no, you don't. But other than that, you're pretty good.
Oh, you have to suffer through Frontier as well. We also have Frontier.
Well,
out here.
I have Comcast, so.
I have Time Warner, which is garbage.
Ugh. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes, it's quite bad.
There you go. But anyway, speaking back to the game, looks like in the top left-hand, or rather top noon-hand corner, as close to noon, more like 11, we do have the red Zerg, who is Silky.
Indeed. And in the bottom, the 6 o'clock position, an avid hockey player, a man of the world, a member of the Clarity Gaming Academy, the Blue Protoss, Padre. I really just wanted to mention that he was a man of the world.
He's a very man of the world. I don't know him too well, but he does seem like a man of the world. Apart from the fact that he's playing Protoss, which makes him a terrible person in my books, but, you know, if you vouch for him, who am I to argue? I can't argue with the team captain, right? Oh, and it looks like, by the looks of things, I am very proud. It looks like that Silky is taking a page out of my book with a 13 pull. Or rather, a page out of my book that I took out of Destiny's book. Anyway.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a very different book.
Exactly. It's a very, very good book, though. I do enjoy Destiny's play. It's very unorthodox. Going that Ling and Fester style. And actually unlocking the key to get to Broodlord and Fester, he was a very innovative player in the world of, in the Wings of Liberty era. But right now he is just kind of shitting about on the ladder at 167 GM ranking. Or 137 rather.
Did you catch what they were talking about just now?
Let's have a look. We will check the chat log. They were busy BMing each other in the beginning, friendly of course, and then something to do with $10 an hour, possibly something to do with coaching. And then he watched Jesse drive cars yesterday, probably something to do with the Fast and Furious movie, which I believe is actually really good.
I got you.
Exactly, and then they just continued to call each other noobs. But anyway. Actually, that Fast and Furious movie, like, the guy who plays Jesse, I feel incredibly sorry for the guy who plays Jesse. Just because that role will plague him for the rest of his life.
And I'm sure he will cry into his many, many dollar bills.
Exactly, his many $100 bills. He will throw them out on the streets, such as he did in Breaking Bad, and he will just cry about it.
Quite. Now, let's not spoil Breaking Bad here.
There you go. Well, it's not particularly spoiling. Everyone knows Jesse was an emotional bitch. Regardless, the real story here is the wall off that almost got broken here by the maybe it was 6 Zerglings that would have almost got broken, but the cannon got up in time. And it looks like that Padre is throwing down everything in time, his cybernetic score. He's going for his standard 2 gas, going into whatever he wants to. Maybe DTs, who knows? Probably DTs. And Silky here is going for the 3 hatch. He's taken his pool at a 13, and then he's going probably 15 hatch and 18 hatch after that.
Oh, and Silky finds this proxying probe over here, so that's annoying for Padre.
Exactly.
One thing that people really underestimate, having played Protoss for a while, if you can't get a probe out early against Zerg, it actually gets very frustrating to be able to get one out once speedlings are on the map. Especially
since you have to try to get a pylon down to push out. As I like to say, it's kind of when I play on Autozine Stronghold, I like to say that now it's time around the 5 to 6-ish minute mark. I like to say now it's time to play a game of Find the Pylon, and it's in most circumstances is extremely unsuccessful and extremely frustrating. But you know, it's always worth a shot. And generally, if you don't find the pylon, you lose. But
alright, so another Twilight Council going down from Padre.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually hoping that he would bust out an Immortal Sentry play on this map.
This map? This is a very short rush map, or very short rush distance. I'll agree with you there. But aside from that, it's fairly late to be busting out a robo facility.
Oh, I know. I was just hoping in general that this game he would mix things up a bit.
A little bit. But then again, this is the final game for Goat Simulator.
Right, so what would be stronger than the Soul Train?
Very true. Sulky, possibly.
Not of late.
Not
according to my Fantasy Pro League team.
Very true, but the Soul Train, and he's got the key to that soul, so I feel like my humor is misunderstood here.
No, I got you.
Okay,
I got
good
you.
shit.
Anyways,
Meanwhile, it does look like Padre is going for the blink. He is currently boosting that out, and he is throwing down 3 extra gateways in a robo facility. So you could be right. It's probably another blink all-in with a warp prism coming out from Padre. Meanwhile, Silky looking right here.
actually, the Immortal comes out.
The Immortal comes out. Okay, so you could still be right. It could be that same delayed Immortal Sentry push that Paddy used against... Who was it? It was...
1,000 different Zergs.
the last game he played in... Yeah, the last time he played in the GSL, he played... Who did he knock out? No.
Sue knocked. Or he played Sue. I won't say who won.
Yeah, because I can't remember who won that first loss. Okay, yes I do. But yeah, it might have been Sue. He knocked it out. For some reason, I want to think it was Maru as well. Because I think he pulled out the Soul Train. No, it was Sue. It was Sue on Yonsu, and then he definitely pulled that out. I'm not going to say who won, but it was a very interesting push. It was like a delayed Immortal Sentry.
It's just one of those things that it's supposed to have a timer on it, but at the same time, if you don't see it as Zerg, sometimes you just overdrone.
Well, even if you do see it, the Immortal Sentry... Yeah, I mean, as I remember watching that game, and Tastosis was saying, even if you do see it...
Oh, here we go.
Okay,
Actually,
here we go.
It looks like he's just going to get caught out here. He
Definitely
can't lose this
out.
Immortal. He loses a Sentry, he loses a Stalker. This Immortal's got a nice little cozy home there, but this has been shut down before it even got started. Silky just way ahead of Padre here. And he has to use his recall. And it didn't even take him too far either. Now he's out of Mothership energy.
Yeah, it looks like Silky lost...
pushes.
I don't know, 2 Immortals into that wall?
I think maybe he snipes the Forge here, but I don't see him busting through totally.
He's definitely not going to bust it. He's definitely going to snipe the Forge if he wants to. But again, at what cost? I mean, he's got 2 Immortals, he's got a 3rd on the way. That would be his 5th Immortal if he hadn't lost any. Like, again, this, even delayed, this push, if you see it coming, if the force fields are perfect, you just can't stop it.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Some people aren't a fan of the force field. Personally, I actually love it, even though I play Zerg. I love force fields. I don't know why. Maybe I'm sick in the head. But I think it's a...
You have serious issues?
Yeah, I do. Clearly. Especially considering my last Chocobo Team League match, I got destroyed by force fields. Anyways, Padre once again pushing out here. He doesn't have energy for anything on his Mothership core, so he needs to be careful.
Although he does have enough energy for what, 2 force fields on both the sentries? Possibly 4 as soon as that's done. But Pure Roach versus how many Immortals right now? We have 3 Immortals on the field versus Pure Roach. I'm really not... if he pushes out anytime soon, I'm not feeling good for Silky. Provided the force fields are good enough.
Yeah, but the longer Padre waits, and he just went back to clean up his potential 3rd base so that he can take it, the longer he waits here, the less it's going to matter how good his force fields are. At a certain point, the Zerg just overwhelms.
Exactly. Although from the looks of things, we're still only on pure just Roach, like literally nothing but pure Roach.
Oh, the Swarm Hosts are about to pop here.
He is coming with Swarm Hosts, he's getting extended Locusts? Enduring Locusts, rather. So by the looks of things, yeah, he's moving his... Things are not looking good right now. I mean, he's got the Swarm Hosts out, let's be honest here. Swarm Hosts are Swarm Hosts.
Very astute play here from Silky. Padre's going in for a Warping in the main. He already had 10 Roaches up there. But that's 10 fewer Roaches than he could have to defend this push that's coming in right down the throat.
Exactly, that's 31 that's only 31 Roaches and not the amount that he wanted.
But...
No, but does he have an Observer?
He does not have an Observer, though. No Observer is going to just halt this attack right in its tracks. He's already losing Stalkers here. He should be blinking away from these Locusts. The DT is starting to do a little bit of work.
Although he's going to try and kill his... Oh! He needs to protect those Immortals. He needs to throw down a Time Warp right now.
I think he just needs to get out of there. He needs to go. He honestly just needed the observer there. I think he might have been able to break through that barely by the skin of his teeth.
If he had the observer, he would have destroyed that attack because he would have been able to.
He's got his 4th base up now, and he hasn't really taken any economic damage. He's got the superior tech now with the swarm host.
Mm-hmm.
He's
got the enduring locust down.
His upgrades aren't very good. He's only got the +1 carapace.
Very
so
true.
At least he has that going for him, Padre.
Versus the almost +2 of the Protoss. We all know attack upgrades are the most important for Protoss, although it does look like he is trying to siege up this 3rd. Although it doesn't look like Silky is actually going to let him do that. Is he going to be able to cancel that pylon in time? No, it doesn't look like it. Although, let's have a look. Does he have a robo facility? He does not have a robo facility in
he's actually going to catch... Alright, so he re-rallies the swarm host just in time, just before they went the wrong way. And these Archons stuck in the back. They are quite good against roaches.
But again, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place at this point. He's stuck between the swarm host, putting him in the front to deal with the swarm host and losing them, and then he's also stuck between dealing with the roaches. If he puts him in the front, he loses. If he puts him in the back, he loses. It's a very difficult position that Padre finds himself in.
Right, and he can't even really afford what he needs right now. He needs either Storm or Colossi, but he just doesn't have the gas to support this without sacrificing the power of his main army.
Exactly, and you really do not want to go Gateway only or Gateway Archon versus Swarm Host. It's just not something you can do. So by the looks of things, in the next couple of minutes, unless his base trade works...
He snipes off a couple Swarm Hosts here, and he does have the Observer, it looks like.
Does he? Let's have a look.
But at the same time,
he's got
just
the
these
observer.
roaches right on top of the Stalkers. Only one Archon firing, only 1 kill on that Archon.
Yeah, I would say that this pushes the end of it. It is GG. Unless he does not know about that 4th. He does not know about that 4th, so he could stay in this game and hope he could win. Thinking of still 3 base to 2 base. Because he is killing all the roaches, let's be honest here.
Yeah, and
he needs to save that
they're
Archon.
not really a game-ending unit unless you get really, really bold with them and put them right outside your opponent's base.
Exactly.
In this situation, he's got 1.5 times the supply of Padre. He doesn't really need to do that. He can just sit back, make some static defense at his 4th base, get his economy going really powerful, and just come back in about 2 minutes.
Exactly. I mean,
But it doesn't look like he's going to do that, though. Actually, he looks poised to take this.
Exactly. He's gone to Hive, he's gone up to Groove Spines. But exactly, you would expect that he would know this at this point. Like, he just realized that he is that far ahead. And he does. He knows that he's that far ahead. He's blinking it. That was a terrible blinking. Honestly, to me, Padre's accepting that he has lost this game with that blinking.
And
there
congratulations to Clarity Gaming Silky on winning a copy of
the Goat Simulator.
The AAA title Goat Simulator.
Exactly. So it does look like that Silky will take that game, and with that, the best of 3. And yeah, it just looks like that. All things considered, he deserved the goats more than Padre, unfortunately.
In fact, I would say that Silky, in this series, was the greatest of all time.
He was. He was definitely the greatest of all time, and he will have the chance to prove that when he takes that goat simulator and he takes it to the next level of esports.
Right. He was the GOAT today.
He was. He was the GOAT. He was the man with the hourglass eye. He had his timings down perfectly, and he just annihilated the competition.
And Padre is resigned to the terrible fate of having to spend money to buy Goat Simulator, which, really, it's a win-win. This is the good thing about this series. Both players are going to get Goat Simulator, because let's be serious, everybody's going to buy this game.
Exactly.
It's just a matter of whether or not you're going to pay for it.
Exactly. The next thing I'm purchasing after my paycheck tomorrow, Goat Simulator.
Yeah. I canceled my pre-order of the Oculus Rift after Facebook bought it, and I put down 10 copies of Goat Simulator.
There you
so
go,
I
then.
feel like that's a good trade-off.
Very, very good trade-off. Honestly, because this game is going to become such a hit that when you want to send it to somebody on Steam, for example, you can charge them twice of what you paid for it, because they'll be willing to pay that.
Indeed.
Regardless, it was a very good series, a very good best of 3. Honestly, I think it was the best chance or rather a very good chance of me casting for the first time. I will wake up in the morning and watch this, and hopefully I don't embarrass myself far too much. It'll be a very
Well, I
interesting
think you did
experience.
fine. This was actually probably only my second time casting.
Very nice.
Hopefully I didn't too poorly. I've been
I
trying
don't
to keep
think
my
you
voice
did.
down a little bit.
There you go. Of course, the roommates in the house, don't want to wake them. Personally, I don't give a
Correcto.
fuck about my own. But
Anyway, shout out to everybody who's watched this. I see Midday, who I believe is a complexity player. So hello, Midday.
hello, Midday. Thank you for watching. Everyone else who was watching as well, and then anyone else who is currently supporting Stratek as a clan. This is obviously a clan that both of our, or a team that both Yaki and I belong to. Any other players, shout out to them for watching and staying up this late, regardless of your time zone. And
It's not even really late
fair enough.
for
I
a
guess.
lot of the people who are watching this. Let's be serious.
Yeah, especially if you're in Europe or something like that. But yeah, it's only 11:38 for me, so
Yeah. You don't even know what late is yet.
I won't until about 2 o'clock in the morning. If
Well,
wake
hopefully
up
I
now.
won't be up at that point.
Hopefully, because it'll be 5 o'clock in the morning there for you, and that would be kind of bad. Because I'm sure you have work in the morning since it's a weekday.
I don't actually.
Really? I have
Yep,
work at like
I've,
10 tomorrow. It's going to be awful.
Decided to take a little time off.
Very nice. I wish I could do that. I know I'm definitely planning to take time off for the MLG in Anaheim. If anyone in this chat is deciding to come to MLG Anaheim, by all means, do so.
Well, it looks like we've just about exhausted the fluff topics that we can talk about.
Definitely,
So-
we're down to 4 viewers at this point, so definitely time to wrap it up.
Indeed, you should always wrap it up, whether you're on stream or
Whether you're
I'm
just
not
playing
even
in
going to
general.
finish that.
Yeah, whether you're just playing in general. If you find yourself running low on Steam, don't bother laddering. You're just going to lose ladder points.
Indeed.
Exactly.
So, Puddle, it has been a pleasure.
Pleasure to you too, sir.
And
And we should do this again sometime. But for now,
we should.
thanks for watching. If you want to follow, by all means, the thing is right there. And Yaki, I know you have a stream. Do you want to plug that right now?
Sure, my stream is twitch.tv/YakiSC. You can also follow me at YakiStarcraft.
There you go, on Twitter there. And I am Puddle Starcraft on Twitter, I do believe, although I never use it. So yeah, if you want to follow us, by all means do so. And we will see you next time we decide to cast.
Adios.
Alright, adios.